Welcome everybody to the 7th Node Operator Community Call. We are delighted to share with you some updates of the Rolling Beta Phase 2 that we started since 28th of April. So it's soon to go to be 1 month from it. We're also going to be sharing some information about the imminent launch in mainnet. We also have some news to share with you, like the rebranding, as you can see in my background screen. But most importantly, we want to introduce you a wonderful team that builds plug-and-play staking solutions. This team is called Avado, and they are going to be allowing all of us to become ETHx node operators at home with just a few clicks. So I'm pleased to have here with us Stefan, CTO and co-founder of Avado, and Bernd, CEO and co-founder. Stefan, Bernd, how are you today?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for having us. Excited to be here.
Where are you joining us from?
I'm calling you from Belgium in Europe.
And I'm in Switzerland, in Zug, also called the Crypto Valley.
Yes, that's correct. So I'm currently in Dubai, and the Stader team is quite distributed between Asia, Europe, and America. So we're very happy to be able to find some common slots to talk about this wonderful partnership. So roughly the agenda for today for the people listening. So first we're going to have this community call with Avado. Then I'll share some statistics about Rolling Beta Part 2. We will talk about rebranding. We will also talk about ETHx dApp testing, because there are currently around 70 people out there testing the liquid staking and giving feedback to us. And then I'll open the floor to questions that you may have about your Rolling Beta journey. So, all right, without further ado, let's start with this AMA with Avado. Stefan first, Bernd later. Would you mind introducing yourselves and talking a little bit about what's Avado? How did you come to found this wonderful company?
Yeah, okay, maybe I'll kick it off. So I'm the CTO of Avado, Stefan. Based in Belgium, as I already mentioned. So my crypto journey started way back in 2015 when Ethereum launched. That was sort of my introduction into the blockchain scene. I have a technical background myself, and I've been working on Ethereum projects ever since 2015. And that's also how I met Bernd. We did a couple of projects already together. Since 2018, we are working together on the Avado project. That's sort of my introduction, so maybe I can give it to Bernd, then he can introduce himself and talk a little bit more about Avado itself.
Thank you, Stefan. So, yeah, my name is Bernd. I live in Switzerland, in Zug. I was lucky to be here in 2015 when Ethereum started, and that was also my beginning of the journey. I joined the Ethereum Foundation as an advisor, and then went on, as Stefan said, to other projects together with him. And yeah, since 2018, we provide a solution to run nodes easily, or to validate later on easily. So just introducing Avado maybe right now. So Avado is the solution that provides, or we provide hardware and software for home stakers. We have a device that we sell. It looks like this. So it's yeah, a mini PC, we call that. It is very, very small, actually. It's not like a big desktop computer. Almost looks like a router because it has antennas that you attach to it here. So you just put an antenna here. And this allows anyone to stake from home. So you can use the device through a web interface. And we built this to be the easiest hardware solution to stake Ethereum. It simplifies the staking process. So it really makes it very easy to interact with the staking solutions. You don't need any technical knowledge like command line or anything. So it's really accessible to people that have cryptocurrency like Ethereum and just want to earn an income with that. So since 2018, we already have like more than 2,000 devices in people's homes. So that's our commitment that we show to deliver an accessible staking solution. A lot of people already have that, use that. And our main goal overall is to lower the barrier to entry for staking. So as you know, Ethereum has like 32 ETH that you need, and you need to run your validator on a computer. So we make this really easy. We combine this. We have the staking solution on a computer, which we sell at a pricing level of $900. This is soon to come. Right now, we have a device in our store for the lowest amount is $1,600. And these devices are specialized for staking solutions. And we added support for Stader because it really helps us to lower the barrier, the entry barrier. As you can become a node operator and start staking with only 4 ETH. So that really supports our case, and we hope that more and more people can start staking. Even if they don't have the 32 ETH, they can now start together with Stader on our solution. They can start already with 4 ETH. And that's, yeah, what Avado is.
Wonderful. So on a way, you are decreasing almost to zero, but you're decreasing significantly the tech savviness or the tech knowledge that people need to become validator. And yes, it sounds like a great partnership with Stader, which is lowering the capital barrier in itself because you don't need the 32 ETH, you only are going to need 4. So slashing that capital barrier by roughly 7-8 times if you include the bond. And also, I wanted to talk because it's really interesting. So you have 2,000 devices. You are a Swiss or European-based company. Do you have any insights as to how distributed around the world your devices are?
Yeah, I can answer that easily. We have customers in more than 70 countries around the globe. So we have actually on every continent is someone, if not more people, running the device. And all you need to have is electricity and internet, which is maybe not the case in all the countries, but most countries have that. And at the end, you need cryptocurrency. And that's why Stader, again, helps us with a solution that allows people to stake 4 ETH. And with our devices now lowering to $900 is also more affordable at the end to start staking in any country.
Wonderful. Yeah, so just to share a little bit about that. So I think it's becoming more and more popular to talk about the decentralization of the Ethereum network and therefore robustness, not only in terms of how much value is staked, but also how much geographically distributed the nodes are. So we can see other protocols already in mainnet taking care of this. And we at Stader are spending quite some effort in trying to partner with different institutions, different DAOs across the world. So ETHx permissionless node operators are also very well distributed, right? So we have partnerships with people in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, China, just to speak on Asia, but also, for instance, in South America, right? So hopefully we will also spread geographically all these nodes for the Ethereum network. Wonderful. So maybe, Stefan, just to deepen a little bit more and explain to the permissionless node operators that are joining us here in the call, how easy it is. Okay, I buy the Avado solution, around $1,000. We said it will arrive home. How easy is it going to be to configure it and to let's say plug and play, to connect it to the Beacon chain and start validating?
Yeah, so later on in the call, I've also prepared a demo, so I can show it live to you how it actually works. But maybe to give a little bit of context, so there are like a couple of things that we are trying to solve with our solution, because becoming a staker, it's a pretty daunting task, because you need to have a certain amount of knowledge about how staking works, but also how to set up hardware and how to maintain all that stuff. So with the selling the box itself, we are trying to solve the fact that you don't have to do all that research yourself to see what is the best hardware for me. So that's something we have solved. Then on the part of like setting it up, so we have like a very convenient user interface, which is web-based. So if you buy the device, you basically just plug it into your router. It exposes a Wi-Fi network. You can connect to the Wi-Fi network of the Avado box itself. After that, you can also set up a remote connection software, so you can dial into the box from wherever in the world you are to remotely manage it. And then you can set up your validator through that web interface. So the use case that we solve here is really like getting set up with your validator. And so we have packages in an app store, which is decentralized. That's why we call it a dApp store. Where you can download all the necessary software. So by just pointing and clicking, you can start running all the software that you need to start staking. And so we also built a specific Stader package so that it allows you to run all the software needed to become a Stader validator. So that's on the sort of the part of getting set up. But then once you are set up, you also need to maintain that thing. And that's also something that we try to solve with Avado, because normally if you would do everything yourself, you would have to check for updates on the software, install it yourself, do a lot of maintenance on the hardware itself. And that's what where we also try to help, because we have a team in our company that maintains all that software. So we keep track of all the changes that there are on the software, and then we roll out updates. And these updates with an opt-in system, they're automatically pushed to your device. So that means that if things change on the network, if more features are added, or if there are like forks and whatnot, or new features, then you will receive automatically these new updates. So it's really a plug-and-play system where you just install it, and on the operational side, we try to take care of that as much as possible.
Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, several things come to my mind, right? I guess it's really elegant that you're using a device.
Antonio, I think you muted yourself.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so I was saying really interesting. Stefan, thank you for that insight. I think it's really elegant to have one device where you can run the node and not to have it together with a place where you're doing many other things from security reasons. And also it's a more elegant way. And cool to know that you also take care of or really help make it easier, that maintenance that people have to do. Because it's not really like plug and play, I'm connected to the Beacon chain and then I have nothing else to do. This is really good. Bernd has just said it in the chat, but please, any questions you have for the Avado team, please write them in the chat. After we do the demo, we're also going to give some time for you guys to raise your hands and ask any question. And Stefan, maybe we can go ahead and do the little demo.
Yeah, sure. Let me share my screen then. So I basically prepared two things. So let me first share the view on my machine itself. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is basically the UI. So it is just in a web browser. So I remotely connected with the software to my Avado. And now I can see the home screen of my Avado. So I mentioned the dApp store before. So if I click on the dApp store, you will see a directory with all kinds of software, which you can just like click on and install it. So we support a lot of different networks and so forth, but like mostly people are using our boxes for staking on Ethereum. So if I go back to the home page, I can see that I already installed the Stader package right here. So let me go ahead and open it. And this has already been set up. Now, I will show you maybe first, but it's in a small video that I will show. how the exact onboarding works, because the version that I have here is already completely operational, but I recorded the process on how to set it up, so I will quickly talk you guys through. So first you go to the dApp store, you install the package, and then if you open it for the first time, it installs or
Now you muted yourself.
Yeah.
Stefan, you're muted.
hello, hello. Yeah, so let me go. Can you hear me again? Yeah, so let me go back a little bit. So after you've installed the package, you need to set it up once. So one thing you need to do is to create a hot wallet. There you just
You're gone again.
yeah, somebody is muting me. They can download the backup of the hot. Hello, hello. Let me quickly go back a bit because I'm being muted here all the time. All right. So you download the backup. That's where we're at. The next thing you need to do is fund that hot wallet. So as you probably know, you need some ETH, so 4 ETH plus some money for the gas and some SD tokens. You can you have a connect button, so you can directly connect to your MetaMask or to another wallet you have installed. And then you have convenient buttons where you can simply send. In this case, I'm going to send 4.3 ETH, which is 4 ETH plus some money for the gas. And I'm going to send the 1,000 SD tokens as well. So that's it. So when those transactions have taken place, it says your hot wallet has been funded. Go to the next step. And you also can choose an so you can type in any Avado amigos. Then it's registering your nodes with action. And now we're the main screen here. Yeah, that's so back to the main screen. So I have an ETH balance and an SD balance in my account here, so in my hot wallet. So now I can go ahead and add a new validator. So I have enough ETH, I have enough SD balance. So if I just click add validator, it's a 3-step process. So first you need to approve spending of your SD tokens, which is again just a button that you have to press. And the second part is to stake your SD tokens. All right, and then the third part is staking the 4 ETH. So if you do a deposit of the 4 ETH, it will also do the transaction from your hot wallet, so you don't have to do any signing yourself. And then it allows you to download the backup of the whole configuration, including the validator. So now you can see on the bottom that you have a new pub key. It has a new validator. And you can just click a button to import the validator, so that's Stader validator, into your Teco, so your validation client. And this is basically all you need to do. So now I have set up a Stader validator on the testnet. So let me close or remove this video. And then I can go back to my screen here. So this is a live view on my Avado. So as you can see, because you need to wait a while until your validator becomes online. But you can click on the link there, and then it will open the Beacon Chain Explorer. So this is on the Prater testnet. So as you can see, so a couple of days ago, so the 22nd of May, I did this deposit, and then the validator became active. So there's another funny one that's trying to mute me. So then we have an active validator here. So this is a live view. So as you can see, this validator is now validating on the testnet. So this is sort of the idea on how easy we try to make it. So as you can see, I didn't touch a command line at any point in time. It was just a wizard. So this wizard is something we specifically built as a support for Stader as a network. And so basically anybody can use it. So Antonio, maybe back to you.
Wonderful, Stefan. Really cool. We got some questions on the side chat, so let me read them out loud. There were two questions regarding the demo video, and then another question for Bernd. So I'll start with the questions for the demo. So the example you made was done with 4.3 ETH and 1,000 SD, right? So 1,000 SD at the current price is $1,000. That's above the 0.4 ETH worth of SD that you need as minimum collateral for ETHx. Is Avado sort of gonna tell you whether you are adding SD which is below the threshold or above, or the guys will have to check the price in our Discord or in CoinGecko, whatever, and figure out what is the right ratio to add?
Yes, so right now we are not, so in the current version of the dApp, we are not tracking the price of SD. So we assume that whoever does his staking here knows how much collateral he needs to put up. Also, if the price would fluctuate and he needs to add more collateral, that's also something you need to track yourself at the moment. But of course, it's also possible to stake more, because as I understand it, the more SD you stake, also the more rewards you get. So I think it's always a good idea to stake a little bit more SD, because, well, it will yield you more returns, and it will also make you safer. That being said, this is always a thing that is evolving. So it might be that we add such a feature later. And it depends a little bit on how people use it. So the thing is that all the people that use an Avado for their staking, they are all working with the same software, with the same platform. So usually they also flock together in our Discords and they try to help each other. And of course, we are also there. We're watching and helping them with their conversations and getting set up. So if we see such an opportunity to add a feature, we will certainly add it in the future.
Wonderful. So yeah, another question, and maybe I'll take this one. Stader Bull was asking, how will you handle the fluctuating ratio? Meaning, you know, if ever the SD price drops in value and therefore the SD that you have provided as collateral does not meet the requirement. So let me answer this question. As Stefan said, it's always better you put a little bit more. Because anyways, that SD that you're putting additional, it's still earning the SD rewards. But what happens if it drops? Yeah, Stader Bull. So you have to monitor yourself. But if the SD drops, what's going to happen is that you are not going to get rewards on that SD until you top up your collateral and it's above the minimum threshold. Okay, so it's on your financial benefit to go back to the minimum, because your SD, it's going to be active again and it's going to be generating rewards for you. All right. So that is answered. It's not like we don't kick you out. We will give more guidance on that, but it's. I have one more question.
I saw a question about the i5 model. So somebody's really funny here.
No, there was some funny guy muting, so well, I don't know why people do this. Bernd, yes, there was a question from Doba saying whether could you elaborate a bit more about that machine you are going to launch for $900?
Yes, exactly. So this is a new edition we're testing right now. So the main difference is that we use a different CPU. So usually we use the i7 10th generation CPU, and we also have devices with AMD, an R9 CPU. And now we've added a device that we're still testing, which has an i5 Intel CPU, also 10th generation, so quite new, and it's powerful enough to stake ETH. The main difference is that we recommend that this device only is used for one single staking solution or platform. So we have devices that are more powerful where you can stake even other platforms. You can use other staking solutions. Here with this i5 900 USD device, we recommend only to use it for a single staking solution like Ethereum and Stader at the end. So this is the main difference.
By the way, the demo that I just showed in the device, the screenshot was done on such an i5 device. So as you can see, the Stader software and then the execution and beacon chain clients, they run fine on it. So it all seems very promising.
Wonderful. So different devices with different entry prices for catering for different staker profiles, I guess. There are some people that are really looking forward having different solutions on the same machine. And we've also been in contact with them. Dova is commenting, all right, quite nice to have that price drop. Yes, I mean, in the end, what it does is that it brings forward the break-even point. Dova was asking if there is any ETA yet, any deadline for that machine to hit the market.
We try to have it or we will have it in time for the Stader mainnet launch. So we really focus on that right now. And we recommend people to look at our store already now. And I can drop a link here for sort of a sign-up process where people can already register to get notified once the device is in our store, so that you can get it. On the other side, you can also get the devices we already have. They are very powerful, and you can stake on the other platforms maybe if you want to, in addition. So I can drop it here right now, the link, and later I'll put this into I'll put it into the Discord in general. So
definitely. So we will be, anyways, the call is recorded. We will be sharing the minutes of meeting and of course this link in the Discord. But it's wonderful to have it real time. Cool. So we'll be ready for Stader mainnet. Wow, very, very interesting.
There was also a question I saw in the chat, somebody asking if there's any like maintenance costs or fee. I just maybe want to elaborate on that a bit. So the way that our business model works is that we sell it as a bundled device, which is both the hardware and the software that you buy. And that allows us to also maintain the software within the purchase price of the device. So that means that you only buy the device, and then the support, so the maintenance of these packages is included. So there's no monthly fee or anything that you have to pay to Avado. And on top of that, so since you become a home staker and you're running everything yourself, that means that like staking on an exchange, all the staking rewards are yours. And so there's no commission also from the staking itself that is paid to Avado. So for us, you just buy the device. It's a one-time fee. There's no, it's a one-time cost. I mean, there's no monthly fee involved. So you can run the hardware as long as it keeps up. That being said, we see that the lifespan of an average Avado is anywhere between 3 to 4 years, because blockchains keep on growing in size, also get more complex, and they have more requirements. But that's also sort of like the lifespan that you would have on any piece of PC hardware anyway. So, but there's no additional fees. It's just a device purchase as a one-time cost.
Wonderful. So as a reminder, of course, once you spin up a node, you can run as many validators as possible. And the more validators you run, the more staking rewards you're going to have. And therefore, the earlier you're going to have that break even the more profit you're gonna get when you input the costs, the fixed costs, such as getting an Avado machine. Wonderful. So if there is any other question, please drop it in the comments. What I will do now is that I'll continue talking a little bit more about the rolling beta phase 2, about our rebranding. Stefan, Bernd, I don't know if you want to stay. You can drop. If there is any further question for Avado, I'll make sure to pass it on to you and then to keep everybody informed in our Discord. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Antonio. I just wanted to maybe give some alpha leak, because we said we have this call also for some alpha leak. So Stader is supporting us and every user that wants to buy and run a node on Avado by providing 100 USD or 100 SD tokens to every node operator. So if you run a node on an Avado and you buy a device, you will receive 100 SD tokens for each validator that you spin up. So every time you run a validator, you get 100 SD tokens for each. You have to invest 4 ETH and SD tokens yourself, as we discussed before. But at the end, you can actually receive the price for the device back from Stader. This is a limited amount, so be the first ones to sign up, get your device, and spin up the nodes. Stefan, you want to add to that?
Yeah, just a small nuance, because you mentioned 100 SD tokens. It's $100 worth of SD tokens. So that means if you buy the $900 device and if you spin up 9 validators, so you get 9 times $100 back. So you basically get your device for free in that case. So that's sort of the initiative for the sort of action that we are launching together with Stader, and it will be, as Bernd said, it's limited and it's based on a first come first served basis. So whoever spins up validators first, they can show that it's on an Avado. The way that you can show it on an Avado is when you purchase the device, you also get an NFT together with it, which is your proof of ownership on the blockchain. So we will require you to show proof of the NFT and also show proof of the ownership of the validator, and obviously it being a Stader validator. And if you can show these 2 things for each validator that you run, you will get $100 worth of SD tokens sent to you. So I think that's pretty. It could be pretty interesting. Antonio, maybe
for the sorry, I didn't get what are the names, but you mentioned the device that's already in the market, which is around $600, and then this new device that's coming for $900. Is there any limit on the number of validators those devices can run?
We have not encountered that, to be honest. So we have users that said they run more than 20 or even 80 validators with 32 ETH even. So it's more a budget problem than a hardware problem right now.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe just to clarify, what Bernd means is that on one Avado device, you can run multiple validators on the same hardware. So you don't have to buy an additional Avado if you want to spin up another validator. So I showed the demo now with just one validator, but that button, add validator, is always there. So you can always add more and more and more, probably until your funds are depleted.
Wonderful.
Now, for the action itself, maybe just to clarify, there's also a limit. So if you buy a $900 device, you will only get paid that $100 up to the first 9 validators that you put on it, and then the device is for free. So there is a limit, and there is for the device that we currently have, which is $1,600, you will get refunded up to 16 validators. So then your device is also for free.
Wonderful. So no matter the Avado device you choose, you can get it for free, thanks to this partnership with Stader. Wonderful. So that's definitely the alpha of the day. Bernd shared the links in the comments, and we will make sure to share them in Discord if you are hearing this community call afterwards. when we have posted it in our YouTube. Stefan, Bernd, thank you very much. We're going to keep here a little bit with Stader people talking about rebranding and other stuff. Thank you so much for your time, and we stay in touch.
Great. I'll stick around and see if there's any more questions.
Cool.
So, and I'm also interested in to hear the updates that you give.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having us. I'll also stick around.
Wonderful. Cool, guys. So that was Avado. Really interesting, and a lot of alpha that they shared today. Now, let me share with you a little bit some stats of the rolling beta phase 2 that we started on 28th of April. It has been almost a month since we started that rolling beta phase. And we have, let me pull the numbers right now, fresh from the oven this morning. We have more than 240 nodes having, 240 individuals having spin-up nodes in this rolling beta part 2. And in total, these 240 individuals have spin up 300 validators. All this in Goerli testnet, all right? So things that we are testing right now, we're testing claiming the rewards, consensus layer, execution layer, SD rewards. We are testing some additional features that we have added to our CLI. Other features like operator name, reward address. We have incorporated much of the feedback we have received on the rolling beta part 2 that we had in the month of March. And we are inching closer to the mainnet launch. I believe it's barely 3 weeks ahead. And as you probably know, for the last week, we already launched the testing, the beta testing in Goerli also, for the ETHx liquid stakers, what we call the ETHx DApp, where people are able to, connect their wallet and stake any amount of ETH starting at 0.01 ETH, right? As you're probably aware also, we have rebranded. So we have changed our logo, we have changed our colors. You can see it in my background. For some people, this came as a surprise. For many others, I can see Costa, for example, Dova connected in this call. Since you guys are community OGs, you were also part of the marketing research that we conducted to understand whether our new logo or new rebranding was a good marketing strategy. And in general, what this logo and these colors are picturing is, simplicity and easiness of use at the same time as having a safe product. Right? Just to share with you, so our audits are almost finished. We are going to publish them soon, and we are opening the code for bug bounty. We have a couple very important players lined up for bug bounties. I am not going to share the alpha, share the news on this call, but please stay tuned because I believe this is going public this very week. And I also wanted to share with you that we had a chess and a poker competition this month of May. Many of you have participated. We are sharing a prize pool of around $200 every time we come together. And I believe that the next Thursday, that is 1st of June, we will have another competition. So you can head to Discord, the off-topic channel, and you can decide whether you prefer it to be chess again or you want it to be poker. And we might have some partner community calls like the one we had with Avado. It could be focused on security, or it could be focused on node operator, or it could already be one of the many DeFi integrations that we are going to have in the pipe. Because for DeFi integrations, we are looking at mainnet projects, but also at L2 projects, chief among them, of course, Arbitrum, but also Optimism and CK Sync. So we're in contact with around 20 different DeFi projects, and we hope to be giving news on where are you going to be able to use ETHx very, very soon. Those were the updates I had for you today. Shalini, I don't know if you have anything else on your side. Guys, you can raise your hand or you can comment in the chat box if you have any questions. So as I said, rolling beta part 2 going very well. We will give some updates on the rewards being distributed for both part 1 and part 2 very soon. And we are taking care of permissionless node operators, DeFi projects, and security partners, and we will give in more news to you this very week.
Spot on, Antonio. So you have covered broadly everything. And massive thanks for Ben and Stefan from Avado to join us. I think this is the first time we have a partner on board, right, Antonio? Yeah.
This is the 7th community call, but it's the first time we have a partner coming in. Yes.
Yes, and what a major alpha both of them have dropped. So, like, you know, 16 validators and your devices are free, and then the $900 device, once it comes, it lowers the barrier for entry for new people all the more, which is what ETHx is all about, taking node operations to as many people within the ETH ecosystem as possible. So thanks Stefan and Ben for that alpha. Thank you so much. And a lot of questions. Today's session was also quite engaging. Multiple questions came. And Antonio wanted to thank you for the amazing events that you have been doing. So anything else planned for future planned, or was it like one-time affair?
For us, you mean?
No. I was asking Antonio. So Stefan, welcome. So I was thinking maybe we can have one more once the second device also launches and we are on mainnet. What do you say to that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Oh, yes.
My pleasure.
Definitely, Stefan. And Antonio, this is all I had from my side. And
cool.
Over to you,
just for the people that connected in this chat, I'll leave like some nice 30 minutes before putting it on Discord, just to give you like that extra time for you to go and use the link before the whole Discord knows. Normally what happens, Stefan and Bernd, is that normally we have our community calls a little bit later, because the people in Americas really ask for the AMAs to be a bit later. So this one was specially suited for the people in Asia and Europe. And Americans normally they tend to be doing things in the morning and not connect so much on the AMAs when we do them so early. So let's see how that plays out. So that's it for me. I also don't see any other comment in the chat box.
Thank you again. Yeah, it was great.
Cool, Bernd, Stefan, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thanks for having us. It was awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.